There is a relationship between me and motorcycling since I was a kid. I'm not good at anything. When it happened exactly, I was somewhere in the mountains of Pamir between Tajikistan and Afghanistan. I didn't have a network on my phone. I didn't even have a proper shower for 5 days. But it's one of the most dangerous roads, lots of traffickers, lots of dangerous people, let's say. When I was riding through villages, the kids were running out, celebrating the happiest moment that they ever lived. Motorcycling is not about making a wheelie and
Just go.
speeding. It's about how to react at the right time, at the right moment, the right thing. Darien Gap, no one ever can cross. This trip is the best trip of my entire life.
Did you somewhere crave to be a normal child?
Yes, many times.
More than 15 years, you were a career-oriented person. Then what happened? And how did the shift happen? You're at this point where you don't like what you are doing,
Yeah.
but you have to do,
Yeah.
and you don't know what you like.
Yes, that's which was the moment which I started my second half.
It gives me goosebumps.
I got shocked of the things happened during my absence.
Yeah.
But what he told me actually it made me tear up. If you want to ride on the Silk Road, you should keep your comfort zone home. I can guarantee you or any rider, once you are back from Silk Road, you are a different person.
Right.
You could see things with shiny eyes, but you don't know what they are.
There is one road
Hmm.
that you would tell the riders or aspiring riders that you should not miss. Once in a lifetime, you have to go through this road.
Yeah.
Which one would that be?
That's called
Welcome to the second half. Some people travel the world, but there are some who live their journey, they find their purpose and bring back stories that stay with us forever and that even questions our purpose in life. Today in conversation, we have Mr. Khalid Al Jaber. He is a dream and an inspiration of riders globally. He is the pride for Qatar because he is the first Qatari national to do the Silk Route on his bike, covering 19 countries, over 22,000 kilometers in 3 months all by himself. He didn't stop there. He again did another big challenge of covering 44,000 kilometers by trans-American travel on his bike alone again, covering 16 countries in a span of 5 months. He's still a wanderer, he's still an explorer, he's still an adventurer, he's a tour guide, he's helping people. He is one of kindest and humblest person I've met recently. And today in this conversation, we'll find out who the actual Khalid is, what made him come out of the comfort zone and chase his dreams as being an adventurer. Khalid, thank you so much for joining the second half.
many thanks for having me, and thank you for the wonderful introduction. Now, actually, I think you've said it all, so I have to leave now.
No. We have much more to say. So this conversation was very exciting to me because for many reasons. And one reason I would say I was finding who I will do my first conversation with in English because I've done videos in
Yeah.
my native language.
That's right.
So if you remember our first conversation, I told you or I messaged you, not thinking that you will immediately respond. But you came back and then we had a conversation. I told you, Khalid, I have this channel, I'm a podcaster, and the channel's name is The Second Half. And this second half completely resonates to your story because for me, second half is a point or a point in life, doesn't be by age or any point in life where you have more clarity of who you are, then that can shape you to who you want to be. So that was kind of a situation for me when I chose to do podcasting where I can bring out knowledge and share wisdom and inspirational stories. So when I told you this, you told me immediately, Amal, also me. I also have two halves in my life. I have a first
That's
half
right.
and a second
That's
half.
right. Actually, this is what clicked and kicked in my mind when I read second half. I said, "Wow, that's actually what I'm doing."
Yes.
Yeah.
So we would like to go to your second half, but before that, we'll get through your first half.
Yeah.
So Khalid, I know you're a Qatari national. Now, currently, you're living in Germany. You've done all this. I've given a gist of what you've done, but then I know there's many more, and you're also an author
Yeah.
for this book. It's called "This My Road to the Silk,"
Yeah.
and I'm blessed to have it signed by him.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So before we get into the book and your journey by itself, were you raised here, or I think you were born in the Egypt?
Yeah, I
Give
was.
us a bit of
I
a
mean,
child.
I mean, I'm a multinational somehow, not by document, but by soul. I lived all around the world. I was born actually in Egypt, so my first flight ever was flying back home, not flying out of home. And that's a thing. Uh, we lived with my parents. We lived in Switzerland for a while. We lived in Qatar. I lived in Qatar away from my parents as my father was on duty somewhere in the world. And
Your
then
father was?
he was an ambassador.
Mhm.
And before he being an ambassador, he was a diplomat. He worked for the United Nations. He represented Qatar for many years abroad. And we lived this experience. We lived the experience of being a diplomat or a son or a daughter of a diplomat, me and my sister, other brothers. And that experience wasn't easy back in the 80s and early 90s uh, because of the lack of communication compared to today as we have social media. Today you have the words within your phone. Back then, if you watch a report in Arabic, we used to tear up. So it wasn't an easy experience living abroad. So, and then when I graduated from the American University in London, and that was the time that I should come back to Qatar and start working and live an ordinary life, like everybody should live in the Gulf. A decent job, get married, buy a car, live in your own house, go to work in the morning, come back, maybe nap, meet friends, sleep, repeat. And I've been doing this for a while then until I realized that I shouldn't be an ordinary person. And this is what's start for the next phase.
But let me ask you, you said being a child,
Yeah.
the son of a diplomat. So how was that life like?
There was lots of restrictions. Being a son of a diplomat, I should be a good image first of my father, and second for my country. So being a son of a diplomat is also a diplomat because first of all we are part of the diplomatic community, and second we have to remain a good image of the family and the country. So whenever there is, for example, a reception party or a conference or something with a gathering, we we were convinced to be there somehow, to wear our national dress, to be with the parent, to support my parents, both of them, by standing next to them, being part of the Qatari diplomatic family. Um, and yes, we lived a great life because we were studying at good schools. So when we were in Japan, we studied at American school. When we were in Geneva, we studied at the international school. And this opportunity, not everybody can get. Studying at one of the top elite schools in the world that's located in Geneva, that was a very big thing for us. But we have to remain to keep this reputation uh, within the limit of a diplomatic standard.
Did you somewhere crave to be a normal child?
Yes, many times.
I could sense that.
You know, I was when I was in Japan, I used to somehow feel jealous to see my cousins. They're playing football in the neighborhood in Qatar with their bare feet, while I'm in Japan going to school wearing a uniform, wearing my tie and the coat with the logo of the school here. Was like, no, that's not, I don't want to do this. I want to live, I want to wear a thobe and run in the neighborhood. Yeah. And every time I come to Qatar, I try my best to live this experience, to be with a cousin, to be with my old friends, live the old life of Qatar. And every time I stay away from Qatar and come back to it, I feel something is missing, something is gone away.
You wanted to come back.
It won't come back because, first of all, people are aging. The things which we used to do
Back
5 years ago,
Yeah.
nobody's doing anymore.
Yeah.
So when I tell them, hey guys, let's go and play football, they say, come on. We stopped doing this like 3 years ago. Who does play football with their bare feet? Go and get your shoes and let's go to the club. So things are changing. Every time I'm away from Qatar, I feel, even I'm away by time, I feel like I time traveled, not just physical traveled. Things are changing. People are changing.
Yes.
And when I come back and feel homesick, I want to live the same life as I used to live with them. While
They
they
moved
also
on.
changed. It's not
Yeah.
only me who I change.
Yes,
Yeah.
very true.
Hmm.
So, and then you did your college and you came back to Qatar. You settled in for IT. IT.
Yeah,
IT
when I first came to Qatar, I worked for a couple of years as an IT professional at Qatar Petrochemical Company, Capco, and then I moved to work for the security, which is Lakhouya or ISF. And this is also a life changer for me because it's a different type of, similar somehow to the diplomatic experience, but this is the military style diplomatic experience, which there are lots of restrictions, lots of things that need to be shaped in my life. Waking up early morning, being fit,
Yes.
running every morning, shaving every morning, and also learning true leadership. And where if you want to learn I mean, many people would disagree with me, but leadership also starts from military. And I had an executive leader program years later, and I found lots of similarities. Many people would disagree with me, but I think leadership within military, it's what creates leaders somehow. And this reminds me of a story that one of the airplane companies or airways in Europe, they hired a general from the army to run a company from being bankrupted.
Wow.
Yeah, and it worked well. I'm not sure. I think
Is
it's
it because
Lufthansa.
of the discipline?
It's yes, somehow, and also the hierarchy of the military, and like the major would report to the lieutenant colonel would report to the colonel, while in the corporate business nowadays, the general manager is similar to the. I'm not disrespecting the job titles. Is similar to in the responsibilities or in hierarchy, similar to the secretary or a T-boy. So everybody I mean, there is a lack of reporting when it comes to this kind of thing. And I'm the type of people who believe that a boss sometime need to be feared, not only respected. Sometime. Because once I mean, it's part of being, not a strong personality, but sometimes he need to be hard on employees.
A bit assertive.
Many people would disagree with me, but
Yeah.
I've seen it.
I understand your perspective.
I wasn't a tough boss.
You also no,
I was,
you're
but,
not a tough
but
you cannot be
I had
tough
to struggle to
personality.
convince them to do their duties because I was so nice. I would never shout at my employees. So I think I used to fear my boss, and I used to report him very well.
How many siblings do you have?
I have two brothers and one sister,
Okay.
and my elder brother is a doctor. He's a plastic surgeon. Uh, he is a multitasker. He's a hard worker. He's an artist.
Wow.
He's into media, and I learn a lot from him. He's my role model, but I'm different from him. I'm the black duck of the family. I always do things my way, and he is the smart, the nerd of the family. He's the one who's always getting the highest GPA. He's a doctor, and he's an artist. When I say artist in his job, because he's a plastic surgeon, he makes women prettier.
True.
And he's also a painter. He does lots of painting. He's also a motorcyclist.
Okay.
We ride together sometimes. And my younger brother also, he works for the government. He has his own bubble. He has his own world. He's a gamer. Whenever I need something when it comes to games, I go to him, get his consultancy. He always give me what's recommended within games. He's a pet lover. And my sister, who is my best friend, she's my best of everything. My best friend, my only sister. and my partner in crime, because we're always together. Wherever I lived, it's only her who lives with me. She's my roommate. We studied together at the same schools, same universities.
How old?
There's a gap of 2.5 years.
Okay.
And we were always together. We lived in Japan together. We lived in Geneva together. We lived back in Qatar together. When we lived together, we are in the same house together. So she is like my best of everything. I would trust her with my life. And sadly, no, she is in Qatar and I'm in Germany. Yeah.
All blessings.
Thank you.
Okay, so now you are in this, you've shifted multiple roles, you've done this production company, you've been a presenter on Al Jazeera, you've run your business,
Yeah.
coffee shop, IT manager, everything, say that. So more than 15 years, you were a career-oriented person. Then what happened and how did the shift happen?
Okay. That's a very important question. Sorry. For over the years, I will tell you the story from the very beginning. Why did I choose IT? I didn't choose IT. IT actually chose me. I got a scholarship to study abroad. And here in Qatar, they have a requirement what to send, who to send what. We have a lack of engineering majors, so we need to send 3,000 students to study chemical engineering or gas or petroleum engineering. Then when they come back, they go and work for Qatar Energy.
That's part of the scholarship program.
Yes. So I was struggling with the science major, always. I hate mathematics, although I'm good at mathematics. I hate physics. I would never understand physics, not because I'm an idiot, but because I don't want to get my brain busy with it.
Yeah.
And if my daughter is watching me, no, if you are exactly like me. She is exactly a copy of me. Emotionally, physically, everything that I'm loving or I'm hating. I hate fish, she hates fish. I hate physics and mathematics, she hates physics and mathematics. So whatever she tells me, sometimes she doesn't see an impression with me because it's something I've gone there.
Yeah.
She's doing what I'm doing. So I had to go because, I mean, if I don't travel abroad and study IT, I would be jobless maybe or degreeless. So I was sent to study in Germany where my father was there as an ambassador for a couple of years. Then I moved to London to complete my degree in computer engineering. I was always hating what I mean, to be honest, yes, I did cheat in exams because
All of us have.
yeah,
Also-
I did cheat. I did cheat in my senior project because I'm doing something that I really hate. Yes, I do understand, but I really hate. And I graduated. I said, okay, when I graduate, I'll just do something. I'll work in marketing, public relation, administration. I'm not gonna work in
So you're
IT.
at this point where you don't like what you are doing,
Yeah.
but you have to do,
Yeah.
and you don't know what you like.
Yes, that's a very important thing to point. I didn't know what I want to be.
Yeah.
I'm lost. Okay, I'm an IT engineer. I came to Qatar. Okay, let me look for a job in public relations. Nobody wanted to hire me. You are an engineer. There's a big demand for you. Then I started working. Yes, IT. Everybody was looking at me as a flame of work. I was doing my job perfectly. I was very good at my work and the duties, but deep inside I was not convinced. That's not me. I go to conferences. I feel shaky because I don't want to be asked questions that I cannot answer. Then I got into film business. You don't know about this. I got into film production.
Yeah, I heard about it. I read about it.
Yeah,
but not about
I had a film production company for 10 years.
10 years.
Yeah, and I was a producer, but deep inside I was not convinced that I should be a producer.
So why from that IT angle you chose movie production?
It's actually by chance because back then my ex-brother-in-law, he was making his own film, and then back then he was 20 or 19, and I offered him, why don't we open a company.
Okay, together.
I'll do it as an investment, and you do it as a director. And it worked well. Within 2 years, we had a network in Qatar.
Nice.
Within 3 years, we got into Cannes Film Festival.
Wow.
Our films got into festivals.
What is the name of the movie for US can understand?
We had lots of movies. In Cannes Festival, we participated 5 times. 5 different films, short films.
Okay.
But sadly, our film didn't go anywhere more than festivals. We don't have a cinema production in Qatar. We have film production.
Film production, okay.
But we don't have a Qatari film that people buy the ticket and
Can
watch, because we don't have a cinema industry. And that's why we didn't reach anywhere further than film festival. But it is an achievement reaching film festival. Anyway, so I wasn't convinced that I should be an actor or a producer. Again, when I go to film festival, I feel a bit discomfortable, a bit disconfident, because anybody could ask me what's the specs of this camera.
Then you're
Ahmed, they are asking a question. Or I try to be the backstage guy, not the guy who's walking.
confident enough
Yeah.
to say it's that.
By that time, I was almost reaching 40. I should do something. I should look for myself. I was in love with motorcycling. And motorcycling for me was a weekend thing. Going to have coffee there, riding to Dukhan, to Al Khor, coming back home.
Let me pause you here. So you started motorcycling back in Germany, or you from Qatar you started?
Actually,
I think you
I-
took the
I-
license
I-
in 2010.
there is a relationship between me and motorcycling since I was a kid.
Okay.
But I was never an official motorcycle rider until maybe in Qatar sometime when I was working. But I was,
I read in your book it's around 2011, 10.
yeah,
That's when
yeah,
you took your license.
2010. But before that, I used to ride motorcycle, but unofficial. So when I was riding motorcycling, I was not even convinced about it. So what is it about motorcycling? Riding to Al Khor and coming back, wearing a vest, a leather thing, pins. That's not me. I should do something different. And this is when I met Jay, my friend who I wrote about in the book. We were riding to Dukhan, and then he was telling me, let's ride to London together. I said, come on. Then as we were riding back, it started clicking in my head. Yeah, why not? Why should I ride here?
Yes.
Why don't I do it for 3 months
And try.
and try it? Then I said, okay, I'll take this as a trip to look for myself.
But then I should give viewers a perspective. You are saying how you got worried when it first rained, and then you're
Yes.
riding with Jay
Here.
and it started pouring very badly, and then you were worried how I can. So from that mental state, if you've decided to go to London,
It's
That's-
a crazy
decision.
shift,
yes,
flip, let's say, because I was just having a normal ride to Al Khor or Dukhan to eat something and ride back. And then when it rained and I'm not prepared well, I don't have the waterproof. The hail was hitting on my face because I was wearing a half face helmet, and I was like, I'm feeling worried about riding in Al Khor or Dukhan. How will I do it in England? All the way to England.
England, yes.
Then I started researching first about my ability, my endurance, and the bikes, different of bikes, because I was riding classic bike. It would never survive riding to England. Then I said, I'll have to do something unique and different, at the same time, crazy. Not ride around the world. I want to do something. Part of it was achieving my dream. And what was my dream that I want to achieve? Since I was a kid, I've always read about the Silk Road. I've always read about Himalayas, Tibet, temples that are very high, that make you feel that they are hanging on the sky, which is the Buddhist temples somewhere in Tibet.
Yeah.
Monks,
So you're
music,
fascinated by all of
spices.
this.
different cultures, different music. I wanted to live this experience. And there was one dream that I always wanted to achieve, and I don't know how, is traveling between the clouds, like from top of the clouds to the bottom of the clouds, or from bottom to the cloud, whether flying, jumping, running, I don't know how.
But you just saw yourself.
I did it on a motorcycle,
Right.
and I did it in India.
Wow.
So all of these dreams, patch of dreams, I did in one trip, which is the Silk Road. I did the Silk Road from London to Beijing. I reached the Himalayas twice, once, 3 times actually. Twice in India, once in Tibet. I've seen the temples. I've seen the spices in Turkey, and I've seen different. I've lived the experience of music on along the Silk Road, because the Silk Road is not just a road.
Yeah.
It's a road that connects different cities from Europe all the way to Shanghai, or to Xi'an in China, and living the experience, watching the Chinese firework, eating the beautiful spices in India, or in eating the meat in the stands countries like Azerbaijan, Turkmenistan, Tajikistan. So I lived that experience, and I traveled between the clouds, from above the cloud where it's sunny somewhere in India, until I reached under the cloud where it was raining. So when I had that experience, which I called experience, the journey within myself to find myself, uh, I I said to myself, I think I have achieved my dream.
A sense of achievement.
Yeah,
You felt.
self-achievement. And when I reached Vision, and I started tearing up and crying, not because I finished a journey from London to Vision, no, because I found myself, because I answered the question that I was asking myself for many years, what I want to be.
Yeah.
That's
your second half.
When someone comes, when someone comes to fix the AC in my house,
Yeah.
I used to feel jealous because he's good at his job, and he's doing it perfectly well. I'm not good at anything. People used to look at me as a leader because I was the youngest IT manager within my organization. I used to be a changer for many people. I used to be like an inspiring story, being an IT manager, a young IT manager, or a young film producer, a founder of one of the biggest youth film production companies. But from inside, deep inside, I was not convinced. I would never accept to speak about film production in front of TV because I'm not good at this.
Yes.
But now I can speak about motorcycling, about travel. I can be a tour guide. I can tell you where to go, where to stay, where not to stay. I feel confident. I wrote my book about my travel. So I think the moment I reached Vision, which was the moment which I started my second half, and I threw away my first half.
First half.
Yeah.
So you told earlier also, and I think it's also in your book, that your journey started 5 days before you
Yeah.
turned 40 years. So that was the time when you actually took your bike and you start riding?
No, the Silk Road trip was special in different aspects. First of all, when I reached Beijing, it was 12th of July, and my birthday was 16th of July. I wanted to celebrate my birthday on the same day, but we were too early to do that. I was with a group of friends from England, Germany, Switzerland, and we were somehow, each of us was solo, but we gathered together to celebrate this moment.
I've seen that video.
Yes.
I've seen that.
Very emotional.
Yeah, very emotional. You remove the helmet, you're in tears, and then somebody's shaving you.
Yeah, I didn't shave for 3 months. Yeah, so I mean, when I say special, because it's few days before my birthday. It's a few days before the age that I promised to find myself before that, which is the age of 40.
It gives me goosebumps,
Yeah,
Khalid, because you're happy not because you reached Beijing.
because I reached my target.
Exactly. You're happy because now you know what I want
Yes.
in life.
and 5 days before my 40th birthday. And the other thing, the blockade of Qatar happened while I was on tour. And when it happened exactly, I was somewhere in the mountains of Pamir between Tajikistan and Afghanistan. I didn't have a network on my phone. I didn't even have a proper shower for 5 days. That explains why I didn't shave, because there was not enough running water back then, because we were always on the high altitude. So when I found the first network, which was somewhere in Kyrgyzstan, I got shocked of the things happened during my absence.
Yeah.
Some people spreading rumors of empty shelves in grocery stores. Some people were spreading rumors that Qatar will be under attack by whoever is.
Yeah.
And back then I was still doing my job. I didn't resign yet.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I didn't want to call work and they tell me to come back because it's emergency. So I called my father. I told him, who was against me going on the tour. And
Come there.
and I told him that, what should I do? Should I come? I was 100% sure that he would tell me to come back. But what he told me, actually, it made me tear up. He said, you started it with an excitement,
Yeah.
finish it with the same excitement.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Telling this story now makes my eye a bit shiny. And yes, and I never expected that you would encourage me to do it. And
I think he also understood that.
And yeah, and that what made me continue. Not just that. When I arrived to Doha, he was there at the airport.
Oh.
Yeah. So yeah,
Wow.
that was a very big push, which made me think that he was bullying me before I go, but now he's encouraging me. And wherever I went, whenever I was invited to be awarded or honored by whoever here in Qatar, he was there with me. He was old, not easy to walk, but still he wanted to be with me. And every time I come back from a trip, he's there in the airport. That's more than enough. I don't want someone to encourage me with words. I want someone to be there for me.
Yeah.
And the day I decided to go to Africa, I found him wearing my t-shirt with my logo, my hashtag. So what more? What more I should need?
What more to
Yeah.
him? True Khalid.
That's a true support.
That's a true accomplishment also.
Yeah.
In life. What does life matters otherwise?
I mean, changing your parents' mind
Yeah.
from so against it to supportive, being supportive.
I think he was against thinking of your safety.
Yes,
then
definitely.
naturally.
Yeah. And he still, if I speak to him now, he would still tell me, come on, Khalid, when are you going to get twice
Yeah.
and do a decent job? Until when you will be in your motorcycle gear on the bike? Come on, you're almost 50 now. He is a father-son talk,
Yeah.
but from inside he's proud of me, because whenever there's a video of me on the bike, picture of me on the bike, he would spread it around on WhatsApp groups, send it to his friends, to his brothers. He's proud of me.
Yes. So coming to Silk Roads, so many riders, they would be under the impression that Silk Road is a beautiful journey, full of culture, full of connection, lot of history. But there are certain areas that can be brutal, like the Farmer Mountains,
Yes.
and there are deserts, and there are scary roads. So if you can tell us about how was your experience navigating those routes?
First of all, the Silk Road actually is a historical road, and it was called the Silk Road because it was a trade line between Asia to Europe to transport spices, silk,
Yes.
goods from Asia, firework, gunpowder, and vice versa, tea or whatever. So over the years, Silk Road was never a silky road. It was always brutal, as you said.
Yeah.
It's one of the most dangerous roads. Lots of traffickers, lots of dangerous people, let's say. And recently, there are lots of projects to make this road way more commercial compared to how it was deserted years ago. And still, as a motorcyclist, yes, it's not easy to ride on the Silk Road. If you want to ride on the Silk Road, you should keep your comfort zone home. The moment you hit the road, let's say a bit further from Istanbul, heading to Asia, the comfort zone fades away. And when I say fades away, you wouldn't expect hotels. You wouldn't expect to have shower for days, sorry, for days, but it feels like years.
Yes.
You should eat anything. Don't expect to have, if you are
course meal.
Muslim, don't expect to have halal food always. You have to eat to survive, not to eat to enjoy. You don't ever expect that you will have a very delicious 300-gram steak, but whatever available, just eat it. Keep snacks with you because sometimes you will be cut off any kind of supply, especially as you said, the desert or the Pamir mountain. Keep inform your dear ones, your relative, that you will be away for a while because sometimes for many days you will not get network coverage. Sometimes you will get injured, but you have to continue because giving up will cost you more headache and money than going further. Imagine if I crashed somewhere in the Pamir. I need 2 days to find a transport to get me back to the nearest civilized city. And then I have to pay another ticket or find a hospital and keep moving from a hospital to another until I find an airport, then travel to the nearest big city that can take me back home. Then by then I found myself 3 weeks, wasting 3 weeks of going back, but I can continue for 3 weeks and achieve something.
Yes.
So the Silk Road is not walk in the park, but I can guarantee you or any rider, once you are back from Silk Road, you are a different person. Your body language would change, your voice would change, your personality will be reshaped. And that's what made me actually, I came back as a different person. When I look at my pictures before the Silk Road, I'm not the same person.
And you came back.
I came back. And as you said, the Pamir Mountain is one of the most dangerous when it comes to riding.
How long did it take for you to go through that?
Around 4 days, 4 to 5 days, let's say 4 nights. But one of the most beautiful roads I've ever ridden on was the Pamir Mountain, which is the Wakhan Valley facing Afghanistan on the side. So I used to look at schools in the Afghan side of the river, and I could hear the kids reading behind after their teacher that close.
Oh.
Yeah. So when I shout Salam Alaikum, they
can hear.
They can hear me and
Respond.
reply back. Yeah. It's not very far. It's just from here until the road.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't say delicious food, but homemade food that makes it delicious because you are starving. People were very friendly. Kids, this is one of the most special moment. Before you even ask me, I will tell you.
Yeah.
The kids, when I was riding through villages, the kids were running out, celebrating the happiest moment that they ever lived, just to high five me, or to shake hand with me, or to get anything from me, and anything, a pen, a coin, and if they don't get anything, they will just continue. And one of the most special moments that once I was riding, and I've seen a bunch of kids, very beautiful kids, creating a human shield
for you,
not to let me pass.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll send you this video. They're they forming a human shield, holding each other hands, and trying to stop me from driving further. What's wrong? And she was doing this. No.
Well, he's telling you.
The girl was telling me that her grandmother is sleeping, and I'm making some noise with the motorcycle. I should stop. And then the other kid was telling me, "You wanna eat something?" No. He ran inside and came back with a bowl of soup. Come on, eat something. I said, no, it's okay. And they were following me. You can't imagine how happy they were. That was one of them. I mean, they have nothing there.
Yes.
No, they don't even have electricity. They don't have Wi-Fi. They don't have mobile phones. I mean, compared to our kids,
Yeah.
they have to get top of the range, latest phone.
True.
That was a moment that I wouldn't forget. Yes, it was dangerous because if I crashed there, it will be horrible to find my way back. Yes, dangerous sometimes in these remote areas. You might bump into bad people, but I didn't have that experience. I had one of the most beautiful scenes I've ever seen. Mountains, and on the altitude of 4,200 meters, suddenly I find myself in a desert in the Pamir mountain.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Sand dunes,
Mm.
a bit partially covered with snow, but I'm riding on sand. I felt myself in sea line, and that was in the Pamir mountain. Waterfalls, snow, snowstorms, temperature suddenly rises to 45 degrees. Imagine I'm between snow and I'm getting sunburns.
See?
Yeah, so it's special in a way.
Yeah.
And yes, I've gone through deserts.
Mm.
Uh,
So how did your body get used to all of this?
you need to adjust. I mean, it's not easy, but once you are in the adventure mode,
Yeah.
you forget all your pain.
True.
Your adrenaline will reprogram your body that you don't feel the pain. I become painless.
Did you have, like, when you started, did you have a goal, say, or did you know that you're the first one to do this from here, from Qatar?
Actually, I was the first Arab, but not even only Qatari.
really?
You will find it on Wikipedia, but I don't like to brag about it.
You should say it.
Yeah.
You should know.
I don't like to brag about it because I don't do it to make a record. I could even contact Guinness World Record and tell them, hey guys, I'm the first Arab who crossed the Trans-Americas and the Silk Road, and the first Arab who reached Everest Base Camp on a motorcycle.
Wow.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't want to brag about this because it's gonna take me away from my mission. I don't do it to tell people that I'm the first who did it. It's not me. But yes, I was the first since then until now. Let's say the only so far. And I didn't know, to be honest. I didn't know that I was the first.
Yeah.
I knew right after I did because Al Jazeera posted about it. Al Jazeera channel, when they said it in the news, he was the first Arab who did this.
Even the lady who I interviewed earlier who did the Everest, she did not know that she was first one from our state.
Oh, okay.
to do. 'Cause I think these are people who develop passion.
Because her mission
Mission is not
is not to make
exactly.
a record.
true.
If I wanted to make a record, I would have contacted Wikipedia before I did,
Yes.
or Guinness World Record before I do it. But that was not my intention. I wanted to do it for myself.
So how structured and how planned were you saying that I have to complete these many kilometers a day?
It's lots of work.
It's lots of
It's lots of mental preparation, physical preparation.
Yeah.
I need to be fit
Yes.
mentally and physically.
Again.
I wouldn't say lots of yoga. I tried yoga, but I did lots of meditation on my way. I did lots of working out. I did boxing, not because I need to protect myself, but boxing teaches you how to react fast. And on motorcycling, you have to react fast.
Good pro tip for riders.
Yes.
They should
Animal crossing, you have to react. Motorcycling is not about making a wheelie and
just go.
speeding. It's about how to react at the right time, at the right moment, how to do the right thing.
Yeah.
And
The right coordination.
yes, and believe me, Silk Road is not it's not made for all motorcyclists, because motorcycling itself is a whole world. There is sport bikers,
Yes.
there is a motocross, there is a enduro, a classic Harley riders. You cannot put a racer in MotoGP.
Where do you place yourself?
I place myself in a dual purpose, or let's say adventure motorcyclist, which is the big bikes with the luggage, lots of luggage. Maybe I'm very bad in sport bikes, Maybe I get bored of classic, but I'm not telling you they're less.
Yes.
But
This is what
I'm
you
not
like.
good in sport.
Yeah.
I'm not good in racing, for
Yeah,
example.
yeah.
I'm okay with motocross. I do it for fun, but I'm not a pro.
Yeah.
And I'm a father of 2 girls, so I don't want to break a bone or break a rib, and then I spend the rest of the year
Yes.
recovering. So I still do it smart, and I believe that being part of looking smart is wearing full gear.
Yes.
Though I'm even telling all my motorcyclist friends, guys, don't think you're cool by riding in a short or a t-shirt, because once you drop, you could end your life.
Hmm.
Being smart on the bike is wearing the right. I mean, looking smart, not just being smart. Looking smart is wearing a full gear.
Yeah.
You want to go back home to your family safe without even a single scratch.
True.
Yeah.
Very important.
That's the message I always pass to riders.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Now, you said you have to be physically fit and mentally fit.
Yeah.
You said you were raised as a diplomat child, and then you are in the luxury of Qatar. Globally, you've been in countries. From all of this, you just pick your bag and little floats, and then you just let yourself out,
Yeah.
not knowing what you're going to expect. There's no food on time. There's no place to sit and eat on time. So, was there a very low point where you started questioning, what did I put myself to? Why did I do this?
Yes, many times. Until now. Until my last trip in Algeria. Why did I do this? You have to curse the moment sometimes. But every time I got into this moment and speak about it later on, I start laughing. And this is what creates the good memory. The bad situation where you are in is when you are completely out of the comfort zone.
Yeah.
But when you are getting into the comfort zone, it feels amazing. Not just that. When you talk about it, you always talk about it with a smile. You have to have stories to tell.
Yes.
You cannot tell stories if you are staying at the Sheraton every year in London, going to the same restaurant, and then you lose track of when was that, 2022 or no. You have to make stories, and by making stories, you have to struggle. You have to go through, right through Piro, right through Tajikistan, go to this, have a fight with the immigration officer, get your passport confiscated because you were not smiling at the officer, and that.
You had all of those situations.
Yes, I have lots of stories.
Did it help you in any way having a Qatari passport?
They don't even know where Qatar is. Many places they don't even recognize. It's not even in their immigration system. That happened to me in Panama. I spent 14 hours trying to convince them.
14 hours.
Yes, that yes, it is a country. They said yes, it is, but it's not in the system. So they got me in as a different nationality.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
What all you have to go through, yeah?
Yes, it's a lot of. I mean, dealing with officials, I can write a whole book about it. Dealing with the immigration, with customs, how I'm being searched, the most strangest ways of being searched, the most strange questions that I got asked, different procedure, my passport taken away, I'm not smiling at the officer, so she took action against me. One officer thought I was bullying her, so she made me stay for 3 hours in a temperature of -2.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
People they're taken because people on the border control, they work for long hours. They don't see people, so they are bored. They want to make action by any way possible.
So I think a big part of what you said into will change you. You learn patience.
Yes.
You learn how to get out of situations. You learn how to calm your down.
It's
Because
a
there's nobody.
leadership academy.
Yes.
I mean it. It's a leadership academy. How to promote yourself, how to negotiate,
Yes.
how to work with the financials, how to save money,
Yeah.
how to talk to public.
Yes.
Everything that I learned at the Qatar Leadership Center, which I graduated from, I applied on the Silk Road. And the Silk Road trip is not my biggest trip, but it's the most special and it's the most challenging. Yeah.
More than the one that you did for
Yes.
Trans America.
More. It's shorter, but it's more difficult, more complicated, lots of issues. And having a Qatari passport, as you said, sometimes it's not easy because I have to I have to obtain lots of visas. And being on the road for 3 months, you cannot get a visa for a country that you will reach after 3 months.
True.
So you have to either get it on the road or try to get an exception. So part of the adventure, actually, the adventure starts a year before it actually starts on the road, because getting all these visas was the biggest headache and the challenge ever. So I have to do it in a way that I request to meet the ambassador, to tell him I'm doing this trip with a big proposal, not just say I'm applying for a visa, this is the booking. No, I have to explain to them, to convince them that I need an exception to get this visa. For example, getting into Argentina, back then, now we don't need a visa, but back then, I'm reaching Argentina after 6 months. So I have to apply at least a month before.
True.
And when the time comes to apply for the visa, I'll be somewhere in Honduras. So it
And
doesn't
you're not
work.
there physically to
So the ambassador back then, he gave me an exception. He said, yes, we have to get an approval from Argentina, then we get you an exception. Some countries, they rejected giving me a visa, so I had to work around somehow. And other countries, they issued the visa under one condition: to speak to the TV and talk about their president, how amazing he is. Yes, that type of bureaucracy. And it's lots of challenges dealing.
not just on the bike, it started
No,
a year before.
believe me, the part on the bike is the last part of the adventure. Yes, it's the most difficult, but there are lots of things to achieve.
It's like, I think it's like an actual driving test where the road test is the last.
Yes, yes.
And so I think biking is, the riding is the only last part of it,
Yeah,
while you have to qualify all of the others
exactly.
if you're
So,
planning
yeah.
to go for a.
And there is also the part that after the trip, as I said a few minutes ago, I feel painless during the trip. I fell off the bike and I stand up, pick up the bike and continue. I don't feel the pain. When do I feel the pain? The day after I finish the tour. When I'm in the shower, oh, there's a bruise here. What happened? Oh my God, what's wrong with my neck? I can't sleep anymore. Because I start getting all the pain that was hidden by my adrenaline.
Now your body is acting.
Yeah. Now my body, suddenly I get sick. During Transamericas, I never got sick. But the moment I reached Germany after the trip, I got sick. I got fever. My body was recovering. My body was complaining.
How much sleep did you get in all those?
Normally, when I'm on tour, I don't sleep much because of my body is tense from the riding hours. The food, I can eat anything. I can sleep. For 149 days, I was sleeping on different beds every day. So different bed sheets, different quality of washing, different food, different people.
Did you have a situation where you actually had to sleep on a sleeping bag?
Many times, actually, I had situations sleeping on the ground under the bike without sleeping bag. So I slept on sleeping bags in many situations.
So were you not afraid of the dark or remote roads? Or you can't see, or do you avoid riding in the late night?
Always, yes.
Yeah, okay.
I always try to stop while it's the daytime. Maybe a few times I rode during the night. It was in Africa, which is very dangerous. Riding in Africa, I was surrounded by hyenas. You could see things with shiny eyes, but you don't know what they are. And in Africa, there's no highway. In many places, you ride through forest. And I had to ride while it's dark because it was a long day. And yes, it's dangerous. I don't recommend. Don't do it.
Yes.
If you are a rider. But sometimes you get into this situation. In Panama, when I was stuck for 14 hours, I had to ride when it was dark. And in Latin America, it's not safe. It's completely not recommended to ride during darkness. because you will end up in the wrong place at the right time, at the wrong time.
Wrong time.
Yeah. So yes, I wouldn't try unless if you are in Europe, safe countries, then it should be okay. Mm.
Now, you said you spoke about kids and how they've been like, how you still carry that joy within you. Did you make any real good human connections in the trip?
Actually, being on a trip is all about making connections. Maybe I'm riding solo. Many people think I'm such a boring person. Why do you ride solo? You need a partner to travel with on a motorcycle. But actually, I'm solo only when I'm on the bike. But when I sit at a restaurant or a lobby of a hotel, we motorcyclists, first of all, we recognize each other from the way we dress, the way we walk, like tense body, boots, trousers, brand of the cap, for example. So we know each other. The moment we spot each other, we start the conversation. Hey, where are you coming? I'm coming from Alaska. Oh, really? I'm going to Alaska. Then we start
Talking about
talking. Then we follow each other.
that.
Then we meet again on the road somehow without even planning. It's funny. There's one guy who I met in Alaska, and I asked him this question: where are you going? Where are you heading? He said, I don't know. I just quit my job. I got fired. I'm riding. I don't know where I'm going. His name, he had a Latin name. Still, I can't remember it. But as I was riding further down, I met with him again at a pizza restaurant somewhere in Utah.
Wow.
I said, oh my God, you're still here. He said, yeah, I'm still on the road.
I started then.
Yeah, it was a month ago. Then maybe 6 weeks later, somewhere in Mexico, I was eating and I was chatting with the waitress. And she was asking me about the bikes. Oh my God, your bike is huge. How do you guys ride? You know what? 3 weeks ago, there was one guy here and he was doing the same road. I said, wait. That's his name? He said, yeah. He's a chubby guy, a blue bike. Oh my God. He was there 3 weeks before I reached. You see, I mean, for us, the world can be very small.
Yes.
And we are doing the longest route on the planet, connected route on the planet, 40,000 kilometers, and still the world is small.
Small, yeah.
Yeah. So this is how we connect. I gave a motorcyclist as an example, but it doesn't have to be a motorcyclist. I've met with lots of people, businessmen, people who want to travel to start writing their books, inspiring stories, people who were running out of depression. You meet him sitting by the lake, and
You think riding, some people choose riding as a way to get out of this depression
yes,
mode?
yeah, many of who I met, they were getting out of depression, and many of I know actually who are still my friends. Riding to them is a therapy. Instead of paying money to a therapist who's using manuals that he or she learned at school or university, you can do it your way. And when someone tells me riding is a therapy, I would completely understand. Yes, it is a therapy. And if you don't need a therapy, you will reshape your life, your personality with riding and traveling. And others would tell me, yeah, you can still drive your car or sit with the driver and do it. Yes and no. Yes, you can still live the experience. No, me as a traveler, I need my body to be connected to nature.
Nature, yeah.
I need to, when I reach a city, to smell the city. Oh wow, I'm near Bukhara. I'm near Khiva. I'm near this city, Istanbul. The moment I am in the city, I lift my visor. So feel it. It's different.
Yeah.
And being on the bike, it's a combination of balancing the body, getting worried to avoid falling, double or triple concentrate. Because riding the bike is not like driving a car. You use your own body balance. You burn more calories. You concentrate.
You burn more calories because you're not eating?
Sorry?
Because you're not eating?
No. Because you are working. Your both hands are working. Your both feet are working. Your brain, your eyes, your ears, all your emotions are on alert. You need to concentrate way more than driving a car. Your eyes are driving, not your body. So what you are looking at, the bike will go to.
Yeah.
And we always have this rule: don't look where you don't want to go. If you find a rock, don't look at it, because the moment you look at it,
your bike will go
yeah.
there.
And we always say this when we cross water, riding like crossing river. Don't look at the water. Look,
Another pro tip.
yeah,
Right.
not where you want to reach. Let the bike deal with the water. Let your driving skills deal with the water. Don't look, because looking at the water doesn't make any difference. You're not gonna run over a fish. Yes, maybe there are rocks, but when you are looking further and you run over a rock, by default you will know yourself how to get out of it. But looking at it, you will. First of all, the water is moving. So as the water is moving, the bike will move with the water. So you'll be gone away with the tide or the waterfall. So don't do this. You have to have some kind of a resistance. Here, physics talk, which I'm bad in. But when it comes to motorcycles, I'm good. So here you have to look at where you want to reach and concentrate on it. This is how one of the skills. I gave you a free tip.
Yeah, free tip riders.
How to cross water.
Yeah.
But if you fall, you still try it, because water is slippery too. Yeah.
Let's go to the next trip. So after this Silk Road, I think you did few other rides, and then you decided to do the Trans-American ride.
Yep,
That
yep.
is in 2018?
Yes, that's right.
2018.
Sure.
Okay, if people might think that's an easier ride in comparison, but I think there is one area where there is no map. There is a break in the map, and that is called the Darien Gap.
Yes.
Darien Gap.
Okay. First of all, 2018 for me was very special because I did 2 trips, not one. I did Morocco. And why I did Morocco? Because I read the book Alchemist, and part of this book was covered in the Sahara, so I wanted to see what the alchemist seen. And the second was Transamericas, because after the Silk Road, everybody was asking me what's next, what's more aggressive that you can do than the Silk Road. So I was thinking, come on, I don't want to do the Silk Road and then ride in Europe or the Middle East. I have to do something more challenging. I have to make something crazy that no one ever thought about. So riding from Alaska, which is on a town in the middle of nowhere, facing the Arctic Ocean, called Dead Horse. I had to touch the water of the Arctic Ocean. Then riding south for the next 5 months, crossing Alaska, Canada, US, Mexico, Guatemala, Honduras, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, until I reached Panama, we were the Darien Gap. I'll be very honest with you. Darien Gap, no one ever can cross.
Why is that?
Not just there is no map, there is no route, there is no solid ground. There's no solid ground.
So what does that mean?
There's water.
Okay.
There's water, mud, long leaves, trees. No one can ever cross. Whoever wants to cross, he would disappear. It's where the Atlantic.
So you just go by your compass? Like, how do you navigate?
I'll tell you that. Okay, I'll just explain about the Darien Gap. So this is a point where the Pacific meets with the Atlantic. Okay, it's next to Panama Canal. But it's lots of forests, lots of dangerous animals or whatever, snakes, anaconda. So no one ever can cross. It's impossible. Whoever tells you I the Darien Gap, he's a liar. So I had two options: either to sail from Panama to Colombia or to fly my bike.
Okay.
That's one of the two options. Yeah. The shortest is to fly it. Take your bike, is a small plane, charter plane or whatever. Just get your bike on the plane and travel with it. Cross the Darien Gap and continue again back. Because, I mean, I don't want to spend 3 weeks trying to cross something that no one can pass. Yeah. And as answering your second question about the compass, now with all the technologies we have Google Map, we have Waze, we have you have a whole telecommunication system in your mobile phone. But we, as overlander, as I would like to call ourselves, we avoid it. We have Garmin.
Yes.
I personally use Garmin for one cause only, to get the coordinates.
Okay.
In case if I'm lost, in case if I break out,
You can see.
you hit on it, you get the coordinates. Hello, I'm on this coordinate, come and help me. Or if I'm in a place where I cannot, the map is not updated, it's taking me to nowhere, then I use it as an emergency alternative. Why I'm not, you would ask me now, I know your next question, why do you get into this headache while you can make it easier?
I was about to ask the question.
Because using such technologies will make the journey more boring, will make your brain lazy. You will wait for the instruction. You will wait for the instruction for Google to tell you turn right. While riding your bike, your map is on your tank bag. Going through this road, oh, I lost. Oh my God, I have to go back. It's challenging, but it's fun. Talking about it later on. Oh, when I was in Chengdu is a city in China, surrounded by 3-level crossover bridge. They call it the onion bridges. And the three of them, they have the same name.
Okay.
Yeah. Like G1, 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 but G1, G1, 2.
Oh.
And I could see the hotel in front of me, but I'm not able to reach.
Because everything is G1s.
Yeah. No, I'm thinking now the map is telling me to reach this hotel, you have to go on G1. Okay. G11, G12 or G13. If you go on G12 while it's on G11, you will spend 3 hours to come back to the same spot.
Oh my God.
It's China.
Oh.
Because this crossover would take you somewhere completely far away from where you want to go. There's no U-turn. China, there's no traffic lights. They are living in tomorrow. When you say Tomorrowland, that's China. Many people don't know about China. If you see Chinese car, they are taken over.
Yes.
They're eating the world car business. So reaching G12 made me go back for another 40 minutes in the town where I was 2 hours ago.
Yes.
Then I said, you know what? I'm gonna go on the highway. And motorcycles are not allowed on highways in Germany. So I got arrested.
Oh.
You will see it, you will read about it in the book. Yeah. So I got arrested. And they arrested me, but they somehow helped me to reach the nearest to G11. So I went to G11, I missed the turn again. It's crazy. All that because I don't want to use the navigation.
My husband would.
And I reached the hotel around 9 p.m. where I was supposed to reach at 4 p.m.
But if there are some people who think about this and say, why all this just on.
Yeah, but I need to make a story to tell.
Yes, true.
Now I'm telling you the story. If I use the navigation, hey, you know what, Amal, I used the navigation to reach. I saw 3G12, but I used the navigation and I reached out there. And then you tell me, and then what?
Yes.
What's the fun part of this?
Very true.
You have to make a story.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, and then similarly, so you were talking about the Darien Gap. You talk about the Darien Gap, and then how you passed that, and then it took about how many hours or days?
I mean, flying it would take 40 minutes. Yeah.
But you actually crossed it.
I couldn't cross it.
Oh, okay.
No.
Okay, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I couldn't cross it.
Okay.
But I mean, it is connected, a connected road. But the Darien Gap is, I wouldn't say an ocean, but it's a pond.
So nobody has crossed it.
Maybe drug smugglers, they have their ways,
Okay.
but it's uncrossable. Yeah.
Okay, now I
Everybody who tells you I crossed it is a liar.
okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
So now that you've covered both the trips and the most adventurous situations, for riders, you have a tour company.
Yes.
So how do you help riders?
Because I achieved my own dream.
So it's based in Germany?
It's based in Germany, but I can be based anywhere because trip is on field.
Yeah, it can start from anywhere.
My office is the motorcycle.
Yes.
And I try to be specialized in specific countries, such as Mongolia, Scandinavian countries, North Africa, Tunisia, Morocco, Algeria, because I know these countries very well. I know them by heart. I don't even need map. I don't even need a navigation. I know them. I memorize the land. And Mongolia is full of nature. You can ride for 3 days without meeting a single human being. That's the beauty of it. And why I'm doing it? Because I would feel proud to achieve somebody's dream.
Yeah.
And last tour I led, which was in July 2025, was with a man who became a good friend. He was a customer. He's 65 or 63. I'm not quite sure. Nabil, I'm sorry if I make you older. Who never been on an adventure. He was a Harley rider and a newly Harley rider who got sick of riding with Harley guys because he said he's telling me what to do. Wake up in the morning, have coffee, ride to Al Wakra or Old Port and ride back. He said that's not what I want to do. I want to do something that's create a story.
Yeah.
And I told him, to be honest, deep inside me, I wasn't confident that he would be able to do it. First, because of his age, and second, because of his lack of experience. And then I noticed that he was itching and he was insisting and he was pushing to do it. I told him, "You are the only customer." He said, I don't care. I want to do it.
Yeah.
No one booked this trip. Recently, people are not spending much money on tours.
Yeah.
So we started from Bonn, Germany, and he was doing great. We reached North Cape, which is the top north of, I wouldn't say Alaska because they are the same level of Alaska. The nearest point to the Arctic Ocean from Europe. And he did great. He was a good off-roader. He was a good adventure rider. And he said to me that this trip was the top highlight, one of the best in his life. Maybe he's still talking about it. Maybe every day he talks about this. He loved it. He wanted to do Tunisia with me, but things happened recently. We had to.
It's more than tours, you're changing lives.
Yes. And I would feel proud. I mean, when I did Algeria last year, or end of 2024, there was a driver driving behind me that he's transporting the filmmakers. He's transporting the filmmaker who was making film with me.
Okay.
This driver told me something. He said, I've been working as a driver for tourists for the last 15 years. This trip is the best trip of my entire life. I said, you're not on the bike. He said, I love the experience. This is the best trip of my entire life that I've ever done. I lived the experience with you. And to be honest, I'm not an easy to handle when it comes to tours. I'm very sharp because it's work.
Yes.
I'm very sharp. I'm very keen to deadline, to working hours. We have working hours. By 9 we have to be on the road. By 10:30.
So you lead them or you give.
Even if they are not on the bike, I do lead them.
Okay.
And leading them, the style I'm doing, actually, I didn't create this style. I learned this style from Kevin Sanders, who's 2 Guinness record holder, who when he leads tours, he makes them feel confident in a way that they are solo, but they're not solo. In a way that, guys, I don't want you to ride in convoy. You can split in subgroups or can ride solo. But when you are in trouble, call me, I'm around.
Yeah.
We have to reach this hotel by 6 p.m. You can ride a coastal road, a forest road, mountain road, up to you. But I need you on this hotel by 6 p.m. If you are not confident enough, you can ride behind me. But I don't like it. That's what he says.
Okay.
So you feel you are riding solo, but at the same time, you feel you are riding on a route that you know that the leader is somewhere around.
Yes. And if they are stuck at any
And
point.
that's what I'm applying. I'm doing this. I learned it from him because I see him as my mentor in motorcycling. And right now he's doing the Silk Road.
Oh,
Yeah. From Thailand to London. The opposite.
okay.
Yeah. Luckily, I mean, sadly, I wanted to do it with him, but I didn't want to lose the taste or
That's the first one.
the joy or the speciality of the first one.
So you should tell how people can access your tour company.
They either can follow me or find me on my social media platforms.
Yeah.
Or they can check our website, www.motogaragetours.de.
Yeah.
They'll find all the packages and tours, but you can contact me better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if there is one road that you would tell the riders or aspiring riders that you should not miss, once in a lifetime you have to go through this road,
Yeah.
which one would that be?
It's called the Atlantic Ocean Road,
Guys.
which is one road. It's not very long. It's around 5 to 7 kilometers. But when I say Atlantic Ocean Road, it is a road on the Atlantic Ocean.
Wow.
It's a road connecting small islands by bridges, strange shape bridges because they are going high up and back down. It's one of the wonders of the world. It's in Norway. So once you cross this road, you are on the ocean by both sides.
Yes.
You ride far away from the land, the mainland. So you are riding on 5 or 6 bridges that's connected by small rocks, not even island. Small rocks where there are coffee stops, and you're riding on the ocean. Believe me, it's an experience. I've done it so far 3 times.
Beautiful.
Yeah, twice on a motorcycle, one on the car. And it's one of the most beautiful roads. I mean, if you are a motorcycle rider, make it on top of the list. Don't do Route 66 and this commercial thing because it's nothing. Believe me, it's like smoking a cigar with a brand, but it doesn't taste good. I'm not encouraging smoking. I'm not a smoker. Yeah.
Okay, that's very helpful. Now, if there's one country or one place that you want to return back, that you would do it again,
Yes.
where is that?
Costa Rica. It's very beautiful. People are part of the nature. They are as beautiful as their land, and they're always welcoming people. They have one of the most beautiful countries ever. Green, virgin, natural. You can stay in the forest, surrounded by the most dangerous creatures ever. That they look so cute, but they are so deadly, like the little frogs, colorful frogs. I would definitely go back to enjoy the music, the food, people, riding, and they're very nice and friendly in a way that when I reached Costa Rica, there was a strike. The whole country was on strike, and they were blocking the roads with burning tires. They're blocking the whole government. The whole country was frozen, and I was crossing. And when I found myself facing a fence of burning tires, and they spotted me, they immediately shut the fire.
Oh,
Yeah.
very considerate.
Let me cross, and then they light the fire again. You see, because they consider me as I'm not into this. You have nothing to do with this. You can just cross. You will light the fire again.
Yeah.
So yes, I would go back.
Now, what is one message that you want to tell riders saying that, guys, you should never do this, or something that you have to be prepared?
Yes, don't do things based on what others said. Don't trust Google reviews. Uh, don't travel because for example, don't travel to a country because your best friend had a horrible experience. Many times I go to places where they have 1-star review on Google, but I have the most wonderful experience. Because me as a business owner, I also have haters who gave me 1 star. And I mean, reviewing businesses or countries doesn't reflect the actual reputation of the country. Never listen. Do it your way. And the other thing, don't believe what's said always on the news. Just do it your way. Live the experience. Live it yourself and say, yes, it is indeed bad.
I think you should just have a mind and a mindset
Yes.
to get to see any challenges or be ready for anything, and then see where the
What's wrong of getting into a difficult situation? There are news reporters in the most dangerous countries in the world.
True.
You think they are enjoying and sitting by the beach?
Yeah.
They have a message to carry, and we have a message to carry.
Yeah.
If you want to carry message, don't do it the same way because it's going to be boring.
Yes.
We have a saying, I don't know how to translate it in Arabic. Those who fear reaching the summit would live the rest of their life in the
base.
the base or cave.
Yeah, in the cave.
Yeah. So you as a rider should choose what you want. You want to reach the summit, fail many times by trying to reach, or fail and continue failing where you're going back down, which is, as I said earlier, more dangerous.
Now, you've seen many worlds, many people, many races, many religions. Has it altered or shaped your religious belief also?
Yes. Religion, actually, it's what's inside of you. As we always say, Allah or God is inside of you. It's not a physical place where you should go. Many times when you are alone, or when you see different people, different religions, makes you think that the religion of human beings is the humanity. Because all of us, I mean, in general, human being, we need someone to pray for, and this is how we I mean, this is what connects us all. As someone told me once, God is one, but we have different forms. Like, for example, Christianity would call him Jesus, or
Yeah.
Buddhism would call him Buddha, or Hinduism would call him whatever, Krishna, or any, and we call him Allah. And this guy was a monk, and when he welcomed me once, I was running away from bad people. He said, "You are in the house of Allah." I said, "Come on, not a Muslim." He said, "Allah is inside of all of us. Allah is within us in different form." When I say this story, when I tell the story to many people, they wouldn't agree with me, but that's my belief.
Yeah.
I'm a proud Muslim, and that got me closer to Allah. And we as human being, we don't need a manual. We follow our feeling,
Yeah.
and it did get me closer to it.
I think all these religions, everything has to say the same message.
Yes, yes,
Be good, do good.
exactly.
And then what evil you do, that comes back to you either in this life or after life. Or I think it's all the same message.
Sometimes you learn a lesson from someone from a different religion, but makes you get stuck to your religion more. And sometimes someone tells you something very wise, but it gets stuck in your head.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's
true.
that's something they should always
About, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, true.
Mm.
Now, Khalid, we spoke a lot about your journey, your second half, that second half
Yeah.
for men. But I want to ask you, did you have to, how do I put this into words? Did you have to do this at the cost of something? Like, how supportive was your family or your background should also help you and all.
And nothing comes without pain. And doing what I'm doing was very painful, that I'm still struggling with.
Yeah.
I got, I was very close to my two girls. Now, somehow, we are distant. Not just because they don't live with me anymore. Uh, then I always say one day they will understand. And part of the message I'm trying to carry is writing the book. And I always said one day they will understand. Not only my kids, people who were against it, people who were bullying me, because what I am now is because I got bullied. I got bullied at school. I got bullied when in my career. I got bullied many times, and I got blamed many times. Why did you do this? Why did you leave your job? Why did you change your? Why are you in Germany? There are lots of things you did you will regret. But from deep inside me, I keep convincing myself. Sometimes I get into this depressing moment. That's what did I do? That's a big mess. But the pain is still there, and it's very deep. Because uh, a lot of my family, they wouldn't get it yet. And being homesick, staying away from family, not picking up your kids from school, not being there for my daughter's birthday, not being there for my family gathering, not being here. I wrote something in my blog about Eid. The first Eid I spent in Doha was last year after 10 years of being away. And it was very emotional because this is something I'm missing the most. And it made me wonder, did I do the wrong thing or the right thing? 10 years of spending Eid alone on the bike or in a country or somewhere, that made me lose the joy of Eid feeling. And when I got back, I see family members who used to be kids, they are almost looking my age.
Bigger.
And I think I said, oh, I missed a lot of things. And it is painful, but who would take this pain and continue? Many people wouldn't continue. Said, no, that's not my thing. I will go back.
Yeah.
But the pain is getting bigger, but at the same time, I have a hope that things will be understood
Yes.
one day. And many times I do things and I know everybody will be against it, and I say one day they will understand.
Yeah, I hope so, yes. And then we are all in this world, but all of us have one personal journey that we aspire to do.
Yeah.
But just that we have to find the right people who can support us,
Yes.
and who can guide us through and who understands us. And having that is the most biggest thing achievement in life, is what I think.
Exactly. But sometimes you have no one, and this makes you do it in a way that hopefully there will be someone who will understand it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because when I started planning my trips, I was all alone. Not even a single person who gave me guidance or suggestion. Even I had even people who were against it. My parents were so against it. My mom was telling me, I don't know whether I'll see you again or not. I even said myself, I don't know whether I'll be shot somewhere or not. But here I am in one piece.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah.
So Thuraiya is a name that is always seen connected to you, Khalid, in all your blogs and in your posts. And even I think you have a page on Instagram
Yep.
by that name. You have a business also by that name.
Yes.
So what is your connection with Thuraiya?
Thuraiya is what made me do whatever I'm doing now. It's a wake-up call that woke me up many years after it was ringing. So the word Thuraiya I was told about when I was 7, but I realized it when I was 38. And that was when I was laying, not studying, and my grandfather told me, you have to reach your dreams even if they are located in the
Stars.
Thuraya in Arabic.
Yeah.
We have two.
Thuraya, I'll tell viewers, it's a constellation.
Yes,
It's a cluster of stars. It's
The-
called the seven something.
the Seven Sisters.
Seven sisters.
Yes.
The star, yeah.
And not just that, in Arabic, we have two words for Thuraya, two meanings of Thuraya, sorry. We have the chandelier, we call it Thuraya, and we have the stars. And back then, when my grandfather told me about Thuraya, I looked at the chandelier, I said, seriously?
This is what he meant.
That's, I can just get a chair, grab a chair and reach my dream. But years later, I knew how deep the meaning was. And that's what encouraged me to go to India. And I still remember the first city where I stopped the night. It was Shimla. And Shimla is a city, when it's dark, the lights of the houses around makes you feel you are living between stars. So I was like, whoa, look at this. I am in the Thuraya. And that trip I called Thuraya trip. It was in 2016 in Spiti Valley in India.
Wow.
Yes. So because that trip was very special to me, I related it. I mentioned it in my book and my coffee brand business. I called it Thuraya. And I'm not selling a bean, just a bean. I'm selling a story. So in the coffee bag, you see in the back why I named it Thuraya.
Okay.
And again, the business is Thuraya. And it's a very special thing to me.
How many bikes do you own now, Khalid?
That's a very good question. Here in Qatar, I have one bike
Okay.
because I'm not always in Qatar. But in Germany, some bikes I got from sponsors, some bikes I bought myself, and some bikes I own within the company that I'm renting out. So let's say I think maybe 6 or 7 bikes.
7 bikes.
But always there is one special bike that
That's what I was.
I always use. I have 2 special bikes right now. I have the one that I had, the Silk Road, the Trans-Americas, heart of the planet, which is Africa, Morocco, which is the bike I had on display in my business, the BMW. I crossed around 150,000 kilometers.
Wow.
And I have the Fennec. The Fennec is actually the Desert Fox, and it's a Royal Enfield bike. I prepared for Algeria. I crossed all Algeria twice. I crossed the Balkan countries on this bike. I changed the logo of the bike to have the fox, and that because it's the official animal of Algeria, and they call it the Fennec. And this bike is very special to me. I would never sell it. She is resting in my workshop
In Germany.
in Germany. So those 2 bikes are untouchable, unsold, unridden again.
Now, if there is anything that if your grandfather was listening to us,
Yeah.
you want to tell him, what would that be, Khalid?
Actually, I would tell him that I got close to him right after he died because I was never close to him before. I always saw him as someone who was aggressive, angry, always. I'm not his favorite grandson because I'm having things my way, while he was always looking at me as someone who would make him proud, being an engineer or a doctor. So I was not his favorite grandson, and I was never close to him. I always avoided visiting him. He was always short-tempered, angry, bad mood person, aggressive, tough at work. Until he died, he was going to work every day. He's a man who built himself from zero, from a very poor man to a businessman. So, but I never saw him as a role model until that thing he told me, which came to my mind and to my brain 2 years after he died. So I got closer to him. I got closer to his soul after he died. So I wish he comes back to tell him how close I am to him. And I always see him in different forms. Not as real, but I imagine him around. For example, if I had a fight with my friend and suddenly I see a bee flying around me, I said, maybe it's my grandfather telling me to go back and speak to my friend. I try to convince myself that he exists in different forms: a butterfly, a bee, uh, a, a, a falcon flying around me,
Wow.
a pigeon.
So you always
Doesn't have to
feel
be
there.
really him around me.
Do you feel his presence?
I feel his presence. I see him in my dreams. Uh, I communicate with him. I ask him while I don't have to see him or feel him, but I make myself feeling that he is around. And this is how I got close to him 2 years after he died. Even when he was in the hospital dying, he spent 4 months in the hospital. I went to him only twice. I wasn't even that close to him until he died, and I started realizing that that I lost a pillar in my life, and that pillar I needed. And luckily, I had this pillar with me after he died, and he's still inspiring me to go further. When I reached the Silk Road, I imagined him clapping for me.
I'm sure he must have.
Yeah.
He's seen you from
Yeah.
somewhere.
He is watching.
Yeah. So that was intense, Khalid.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
my biggest takeaway from this conversation is that nothing can be achieved if you're in the comfort zone. You
Exactly.
have to come out of it.
Exactly. A comfort zone will make you feel slow. And I mean, who would leave a job with a good pay, good salary, to go on a silly trip for many people, and then come back without? I mean, after the Silk Road, I resigned immediately. I gave away everything, even gave up my retirement, just to feel free. I bought my freedom. Who would leave this job? Someone who's getting a salary that he can buy a Range Rover every month, maybe,
Yeah.
and then starts over. I struggled for 5 years
Yeah.
without a salary, without income, trying to build. I was itching and digging with my both hands and feet to make a living, and it's not easy. Nothing comes without pain.
And then there could be a set of people who are saying you chose it, but you have
I chose it. I don't regret it. Nothing comes without pain. As we say, no sweet without fire. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yes, I'm lucky. I'm enjoying the pain. It's a sweet pain,
Yeah.
and again, one day they will understand.
Yeah. Inshallah, that was so grateful and so thankful to you, Khalid, for that.
Thank you very much for
Very
making me
nice
speak
conversation.
and getting everything out, because I haven't spoken about it for many years.
Many years.
Thank
And
you.
it's my pleasure.
The pleasure is mine.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure.